Hello everyone, I'm Vinayak Koppat. In this video, I'm going to explain you the solution for hexagonal prism. First, we shall see the problem. A hexagonal prism, 25 mm sides of base, 50 mm axis length, rests on HP on one of its edges of the base. Draw the projection of the prism when the axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree and VP at 30 degree. So this problem, we have to solve by locus method because axis is inclined to both the planes here. Okay, let's start the solution. Open the SolidEdge ST7 software, select the isometric draft. So set the sheet to A4 size, switch off the show background, click on save defaults, then click on the fit command, select the sketching and line command, draw the line approximately in the middle of A4 sheet and change the thickness to 0.15. Take a text command and write down the text by changing the style here if you want, otherwise you can retain as it is and write down VP and HP. Yes, so here the hexagonal is resting on one of its edge. So go for polygon by center, select the number of sides, and here it is given in the problem that 25 mm. So just type a 25 here, just place the prism here. So this is a hexagon that is resting on one of its base. So then you can drag it to the convenient position. Then you can use the smart dimension to show the dimension, and write down the annotations here. So I'll start from here. So A1, next it is PB1, CC1, DD1 and EE1, FF1. So A, B, C, D, E, F are the top face of the prism, and A1, B1, C1, D1, E1 and F1 are the bottom face of the prism here. So now, in order to get the midpoint, you can join from the middle, or else you can join any two corners, you will get a midpoint here. So better we'll take it from here only, and you can trim out the extra projections. And again, these two are the construction line, so change the thickness to 0.05. now you project from all the points. Go for trim and go for trim here, and trim out all the unwanted lines. Select the projection lines, change the thickness to 0.05. now take a line command, and axis it is given in the problem that 50 mm. And you complete the front view of the prism. Now with the help of smart dimension, you can show the dimension here. Yes, here we cannot show the axis because the CC1 is the axis is behind the CC1 net, that's why we can't see the axis here. So similarly, now we'll write down the annotations here. So now it is B dash, and within the bracket it is A dash, and now this one will be C dash, and within the bracket F dash, and also it is O dash, and here it is D dash and E dash. Now similarly here, B1 dash, within the bracket we have to write A1 dash. Next it will be C1 dash and within the bracket F1 dash and also O1 dash, that is also not visible here. So you can drag it because annotation is too lengthy here. So now it is D1 dash and within the bracket it is E1 dash. Yes, this is the complete annotations of the all the corners. So this completes the first position. So let's see the problem here. Here the prism is inclined at an angle of 45 to the HP here. So first you draw the line at an angle of 45 degree. Now again select all the lines, that is nothing but a front view of the prism, and that you have to block it. Now go for the move, switch on the copy, take one copy of that and use the collinear option and connect command. Once it is properly placed at an angle 40, you can delete that reference line what you have drawn and you can unblock this one and use the extend to next command, and here you can show the angle once again and write down the annotations here. So instead of writing once again, so as I told you, I'll make use of a move command and I will drag to the corresponding points here. So writing the annotation is a very important step. Now draw the downward projections. From all the corners. Yes, I think these are the projection lines. We need to draw it. Select all the projection lines and change the thickness to 0.05. Now you can trim out all the unwanted lines. Now carefully look at the points and you can connect. So let's start from here. So first we will join the top face of the prism here. So now this is A, B, C, D, E, and now F, and finally F to A. So we need to locate here the horizontal A, vertical A, similarly horizontal B, vertical B. So horizontal C, vertical C, like that we have to go on seeing the horizontal vertical lines here. Now in the same way, so we will connect the top bottom face of the prism here, A1, B1, C1. Now this will be the D1, then E1, and finally F1 to A1. This is the top face. Now so we shall connect the lateral edges. And go to the annotation, go on writing the annotations here. So this is A1, B1, C1. Now this will be the D1 now, F1, sorry, E1, and finally F1. In the same way, write down the annotations here, A, B, C, D. Now this is E and finally F. Now so only thing is we need to connect the axis here. So here I need again one more line which I have forgotten to draw. Go for trim here, just trim it. Now look at the O is here and O1 is here. That means I need to connect from this point to this point. So I'll make use of a split command here. Now this is the axis line what I wanted, and I'll make it more thicker. So then write down the annotations also. Now this will be O and this will be O1. So O1 is not visible when you are looking from the top, and in the same way, so the D1 and E1 is also not visible. So that's why we need to write those annotations within the bracket. So I'm just writing once again here, this is D1 and this will be E1. So this edge, that is D1 E1, is not visible when you are looking from the top, and also the edges which are connecting to the E1 and D1, so those edges also should be hidden. So that's why, so look at here, E1 is in contact with, again, so here we need to connect from E to E1 here. So again I'll make use of a split here, I'll split it here, and similarly D1 also we need to connect here, otherwise, so we can split it the already drawn line here. So this line and this line, so first we'll make darker. Now look at here carefully. So E1 is connecting with a F1, D1 and lateral edge E1. Similarly D1 is connecting with a C1, E1 and lateral edge D. So these 6 lines, that means 5 lines, we have to make it as a hidden edges. Yes, so these are the hidden edges when we looking from the top. So this is the second position of the problem. Now we shall move to the third position. So in the third position, the axis is inclined at an angle of 32 VP. So draw a line, so which is inclined at an angle of 30 degree to VP. So if it is going beyond the sheet, so draw it. So just draw one horizontal line. Now we can draw the line. Yes, okay. Now, so these two are the construction lines. We'll change it to 0.05. Now I'll take a point command. So I'll take a reference point here. So I'll make it darker in order to visible clearly. Now, so we need to measure the first axis length as well as the second axis length here, because we have to solve this problem by locus method. Yes, so in the first axis length will be 50 here. So from this point, so give a radius as a 50 and cut this line. Now again go for the line command, draw the locus line. Again select these lines, make it thin. Then again second axis length will be 35.36. Again from that same point with the radius of 35.36, so you need to cut this line. Now so we need to connect from this to this and give a fit command. Yes, now so we need to block the second top view. Select all the necessary lines here. Yes, these are the lines, so we need to block it. Go for block and block it. Okay, so once you have blocked, go for the move, take a one copy of that one. Now you can rotate, or else straight away you can use the collinear and collinear with this line and just drag it here. Now go for the connect. So this axis line should connect with this line. Fit here. So we can make all the thick lines of the construction line thinner. Now we can unblock this one and write down the annotations here. So here, since it is a locus method, we need to find out the angle beta. So go for extend to next. Yes, up to this horizontal line we extend it and measure the angle beta, so which is coming out as a 45. Now write down the annotations. Go for text here. Now again this will be A point, B, C, now again D, E and F. Similarly, so we start from here. So this is A1, B1, next again C1, next this will be D1. Again we need to write it within the bracket, and this will be F1, and finally, sorry, this will be E1 and F1 will be last. Finally F1. Fit command. Now again O1, so this will be the O point, and again this will be the O1. That should also we have to write within the bracket. Yes. Now so we have to project the vertical projection line. So first we shall draw the horizontal projection lines from all the corners. And we'll make it thin, so because all our projection lines. Now go for a line command. So we'll start with A1. So A1 is extending up to this point, just draw it up to that point. Similarly B1 is also up to that point. Now again C1, so C1 will be up to this point. So D1, so D1 will be up to this line, so it's very close to that one, so draw it very carefully. After D1, so now it is E1, so E1 is also up to the XY line, and finally F1 will be up to this line. Now so zoom the area, so connect A1 to B1, B1 to C1, next it is D1, D1 to E1, and finally F1, F1 to A1. And next similarly connect the top face. Now A is here, look at the horizontal A. Now go for B. Now look at the C point, then D point. So B will be here, so just zoom the area because it is very close. Next again go for E. E will also be up to this point. Next F. Yes. Now again connect the top face. Now A, B, now this is C, this is D, D to E, E to F, and F to A. Now we have connected the top and the bottom faces. Now take a line command, so you can connect the lateral edges. Now corresponding lateral edges you can connect it. Okay, so after connecting, so here again we have to look for the hidden edges here. So the corners E and F are very close to XY line, so that means EF edge is not visible. That's why the edges which are connecting to the corner E and F, so we have to make it as a hidden edges. So Okay, first we'll write the annotation, so afterwards we can make the hidden edges. So A, B, C, sorry, so this is front view, so we have to use the annotation as A dash. Now this is B dash, C dash, now this will be D dash and E dash, and finally F dash. In the same way, so we shall write the annotations here: A1, A1 dash, now B1 dash, now this will be C1 dash, D1 dash, now again E1 dash, and finally F1 dash, F1 dash. And again, as I told you, F and E are hidden here, so that's why, so we need to write it within the bracket. So that's why I'm writing once again here, use the bracket, and this is F dash and this will be E dash because it is not visible. So now the edges F and E, and again F is connecting with A and also lateral edge F1. Similarly, E is connecting with F, E is connecting with D, and E is connecting with E1. So these lines we have to make it as a hidden edges. So now only thing that is left is we need to connect the axis here. So the O is here, vertical, and horizontal O is this point. Similarly, O1 is here. Now we have to look at for the horizontal O1, so which is at this point. Now we need to connect from O to O1, so this is O and this is O1, so which is nothing but a axis line. Make it axis line and then go for the annotations, and here again O is not visible, that's why I write it within the bracket, and finally so the O1 dash will be here. Good. So this completes your solution. So again, as I told you, if you want to write we have to show the angle beta here. So for the text, select the character map, so select the symbol beta, and here beta is equal to, which is coming as a 45, so then 45 degree. So select this one, copy, then place the cursor where you want to write it, then use Ctrl V, so that is the shortcut for paste. So this completes your solution. Thank you.